played beautifully. They played extremely hard from the very first kickoff to the very end, and I can't ask for much more than what they gave, and it's a tribute to them, it's a tribute to our coaches, and everybody who supports us too. About Boss Bailey. And Boss, we always let our honorary captains speak to the team before the game, and usually the day before the game. And we let them say anything they want to say. But Boss, he pretty much called them out. But he did it in a way where it was very compassionate. You could tell it was very obvious that he loves Georgia. It was obvious that he loved those guys, but he felt like he needed to tell them that they weren't playing ball the way ball should be played in Georgia. Boy, it certainly makes a team that wants to rush the football be not quite as patient.
Is that kind of the game like Aaron Murray? We've already seen what he can do some with the legs, but today particularly just, great game passing, running, and everything.
He's getting better. I mean, he's getting better. It was his best game. There might have been, I can only think of one time that maybe he did something that he shouldn't have done as far as a decision that was made. There's probably a few more. In the course of a game, it's hard for the quarterback to be right every time, especially when we give our quarterbacks a lot of leeway to make a lot of decisions before the snap, after the snap. So, but his decision making has been really very solid. He's rarely thrown the ball in position where the defense would have a better chance than we have. I'm talking about all year long. That touchdown to interception ratio for a first-year quarterback is really pretty good. And he's still, he's hitting over 60% of his passes and all that. In this game, I thought he was very accurate this game. I'm trying to think of any that just really didn't give our guys a chance, and I can't think of one right now.
What does it do, obviously, to a guy that can break it off when that play, that first touchdown?
That's big.
And half a guy can break out like that.
Well, we knew he was a good athlete. I didn't think he would be able to make as many plays with his wheels. I didn't think that he would run for that many yards across the line of scrimmage. I feel like he would move around, make plays, buying time, throwing the ball downfield, and getting occasional first downs here and there. But I really didn't think that he would break out and be able to run the ball the way he has. And I'm glad that he is. And he's got to continue to be wise with the tail end of these runs to get down or get out of bounds or do the things you got to do and secure the football. And so far he has secured the ball well too. Like Coach Grantham was saying to another person in the media, when you win a game, everybody thinks, wow, the defense got better. But he was saying that we have been getting better, week by week. We've not perfected this thing by any means, but we've seen improvement. But when you don't win, no one wants to talk about improvement. They want to talk about getting the job done, and I do too. The bottom line is to win, but we do feel like they've been getting better as we go, and there's no way we could have played like we did today unless the guys were still trying to do it the way Coach says to do it, and they did well. It was probably the best offensive day too against a quality football team. So that was really good to see too.
Mark, you talked about.
You're going to establish a goal moving forward from this win today. What would that be for the rest of the season?
Well, the hope is to build on that momentum, to continue to grind, and just keep finding ways to play with that kind of energy level. And people might say, well, why don't they do it every week? And that's a good question. That's probably on me as much as anybody, but it's just I don't think anybody who's ever coached football would say my guys were at their peak performance mentally and physically every single week. But that's our job, is to try to get them there. But it's also the job of the seniors. It's also the job of the leaders. It's also the job of every man on this team to get himself mentally and physically ready to play. And hopefully this positive experience will will help them. You know, it's like I told the team in the locker room, let's not think about what could be, what could have been. Let's not think about what could have been. Let's think about what could be from this point forward. And so that's where we got to focus. We can't look back. I'm sure in the middle of the summer it'll hit me right in the gut when I watch some TV copy again and all that kind of thing. But right now we just got to move forward.
Even with all that, you did do some things differently today, leading the team out onto the field, making a point of going over the student section at the end.
No, I always do that, though.
Well, how much are you just looking for anything to change?
Well, if you take it one at a time, we hit because I felt like we just weren't tough enough. I didn't think we were physical enough. I didn't think we did enough of that in camp. And my goal, again, I'll just reiterate what I said before, my goal was to try to get this team to the gate without a bunch of injuries. We've had some seasons recently that we've had 30 guys injured going into a season or going into a camp. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I shouldn't be practicing the way we've been practicing. And so I tried to change up a philosophy, and I think it backfired. I'm a big enough guy to say I made a mistake in that regard. So that's why we did that. And then as far as running out on the field, I'm sure most people know that are following it. Some young lady who thought it'd be a good idea for me to lead the pack called into my call-in show, and she said, "I think you should lead. You're the leader of the team. You ought to be out there first." And my feeling's always been, it's time for those. I don't need to be the guy to bust through the G. I mean, let the players do that. I'm not really been too excited about that. I thought it was that big of a deal, but after listening to her reason, I said, that's probably not a bad idea. I'll go do it. So I've been stretching all week and just really nervous about pulling a hamstring, but it was kind of fun. I might do it again. And then, even our dog walk, I talked to our seniors after our character ed, and I said, "Hey man, how would y'all like to go back to dressing at the Butts-Mehre building, getting your pads on, ready to go, and then hit the dog walk in your gear rather than your sweats, and then change in the locker room over here?" And they were all excited about that. They definitely wanted to do that, and that's some of the things we've done in the past. And so we went ahead and made that change too. And sometimes you change some things up, but I think the most important change we made is what happened on Monday, and the way they